breakfast frame for the cupboard tomorrow.
I forgot to wipe it down. Today wasn't a good day.
Definitely cooler.
Yeah.
23 tomorrow. Big change. Good morning, VMAC. How are you? 23 here tomorrow. Or as we call it, the big chill. A big jumper. I'll be wearing a jumper tomorrow. Trust me, that will be happening. Your test came back negative. Were you testing to see if you were human?
What test?
The Transylvania test. She went to the doctor and the nurse gave her a little needle and VMAX said, ah. Well, that's good. I'm not sure why you've been tested. You must have been feeling unwell, I guess. Mind you, -1 temperatures would make me feel very unwell. Too cold. Hello, Mel.
Man, tell everyone you're on. I've been all this time trying to get on. I'm subscribed to you, but I just have to go search for you because you're not coming up in my feed.
We've had contact. I think we all have. I think
What are you called?
The numbers are nowhere near the true figure for sure.
What are you called?
What am I called?
It's alright, I found you.
You don't know my name after a decade? Be right back. She just got here. Well, we've got our air conditioners, individual air conditioners that need to be put in. And I had a call from an Egyptian guy who put 3 other ones in the old part of the house last year. And he was terribly upset, VMAC. He said, I'm 65 and I'm really worried and blah, blah, blah. And he was really sort of rattling on. I said, what's the problem? He said, my off-sider, the man that works with him, has the virus. So I can now see why he was so jumping around like beans and worried. And I said, well, no worries. You do what you have to do. A couple of weeks' time, maybe you'll be back.
Think that should be God's.
No, it's like a lot of people, quite a few people who, in similar situations to yours, VMAC, think because they go negative, they can just go out and do whatever they like. And it's like, well, no, it just means at the moment,
You'll be right there.
You haven't got it. But you're tough, VMAC. I think VMAC is actually Sigourney Weaver. She can handle aliens well.
Just get one of those masks, hey, mate.
Yeah, I think you're right. A lot of people are just not taking it serious, which is foolish. I mean, if we get it, we get it. There's nothing we can do about it, but it's like if you do stand on the edge of very thin ice, there's a chance you'll fall through. So don't stand on very thin ice. Yeah, I don't think you're carrying, you're just being smart, VMAC. We're trying to minimise as much as we can.
Yeah, you're not being a coward, you're being cowering, whatever. You're being smart, woman. I'm going to regret doing it.
What?
Red Road.
VMAC makes me want to have coffee. Oh dear, she'll be up all night. I'll be doing the videotapes, VMAC. At 2 o'clock, she goes to the toilet. 3 o'clock, she goes to the toilet. We had a blizzard yesterday. Crazy, the ground is white. I know the temperatures in the south, like Florida, Texas, New Orleans, the temperatures are just crazy high for this time of the year. We had, without doubt, the hottest summer of my 60 years. And I can handle the heat, trust me. But it ground, because we were doing all the work, it sort of ground me into the ground. I'm looking forward to these freezing 23 degrees Celsius days coming up, because it's just been, you know, I'd finish whatever time at night, have a shower and just collapse, and then get up early and to repeat. It's hard to remind oneself that, hang on, you're not a puppy anymore. I did phone, I think I told some of you, I phoned Channel 7, which is a football channel in Australia, because every sport's been cancelled. About 5 days later, I phoned up the producer and said, why don't you replay some of the greatest games over the last 20 years and put it on Friday night and give something for people to watch? Well, they never got back to me, though he did say it was a great idea. Tonight, that's exactly what they're doing. They're calling it Football from the Vault. So at least people can watch some type of sport. So I don't know whether me phoning made them do that, but they seem to have been following everything I said, because the match they're playing tonight was a great grand final from a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's different. I mean, you've seen the game. It's a bit like saying, VMAC, I'm going to bring out a new movie. It's called The Titanic. You'll never guess what happens. Yeah, you will. It's like old footy matches, even though you can relive them, particularly if it's your team winning. There's a big difference. But in Australia, I have to tell you that most people are doing whatever they can just to isolate themselves. Even if they're working, they've dropped numbers down so they can space themselves further. Watching my old favourite players from when I was a kid at the turn of the 21st century, 20 years ago, You being like not quite 30, I imagine it would be a thrill. painted, unexciting stuff, painted, had to take it off the hinges, but painted the ensuite door and the toilet door from our bathroom and the office door, finished that. So that's my exciting day, painting. Yeah, but I don't have to do them again now, they're finished. But there's always going to be little pieces, little bits and pieces for a few months. I realise that, but nowhere near the workload we've been doing. So we're getting a coffee. Good morning, Llama. I hope you are well. We did go down, we were the only people in the store. Went down to a place called Nick Scully's, which is a furniture place. We did pick out a big lounge. It's got a big, it's really a 4-seater, not a 3-seater, unless you've got a really big bum. It'd hold 4 people easily, and the other one would hold 3 people easily. So that looks pretty flash, but we don't get it for 3 months. We bought chocolate today. The funny thing is you don't hear this is the first day we went out in 5 days. I didn't hear anyone cough. I didn't hear anyone sneeze. But the roads were very quiet. Hello, Jojo. I was thinking of you when I was listening to Mozart this afternoon. I think that could be Jojo. Yes. Is piecing also mean I have corn? I don't know. Is that an American thing? You urinate and you get corn. Right. I was listening to quite a few. There was a few from America I listened to and a couple from Europe where young people have had this and their recovery is incredibly slow. It's leaving an indelible mark on their bodies. So I think young people need to listen to some of these things. I know a 17-year-old in the US passed away today. It's not the rule is the exception, but they're not invincible. They need to be aware. Hindsight is a great thing. Unfortunately, I hope you don't have to use it. Oh, I shouldn't have gone to the gym. I shouldn't have gone down and had a party with a few friends. I think what happens is that as much as governments, and my government isn't smoothing over it, they're making it very clear that everyone needs to take it seriously. But some governments say, oh, it'll be fine. Be over by Easter, don't worry about it. And as I said to you, yeah, that's right, Bima. I said that just the other night. I said, because like Italy, and Italy did stick their hand up saying, we were just too blasé about it. We never thought it would hurt anyone. Well, it's replicating itself in the US. Be back by Easter Sunday. Really? If I only had a brain.
Oh, cold.
I mean, We worked out the other day that we're probably 3 weeks ahead of the US and Australia as far as the impact. We have now 3,000 cases, and we have had 13 people pass away. And I think the reason that is so low is because everyone is taking it seriously. And even though, like in the US they're going to get their money reasonably quickly. We were told, we're not getting nothing, but we were told that people in Australia would get their money probably 3 weeks. So, and mortgages are frozen, rents are being frozen. So it's not about money now. People just need to say, okay, well, I'm not going to go broke, and I will have a job to go back to, but I need to hunker down. Our border's closed completely, VMAC. We are sending aircraft around the world to pick up stranded Australians, but they're being taken straight to quarantine. They don't get off the plane and go, oh, good, I'm home. No, won't be working that way. The countries that worried me, and I said this a few nights ago, was the US and Indonesia. I think we will see something unfold in Indonesia that we don't want to see. I admire the Indian Prime Minister. 21-day lockdown for 1.3 million people. And they're adhering to it in the best of ways. And collect and can't pay. Yeah, our borders are closed except for transport like that. And mining, the odd aircraft you'll hear fly now from here, it'll be odd, is mining aircraft. And even on the mines, they've separated people to a very large extent. It probably wouldn't be a very good time to try and sneak across anyone's borders, I don't think. There was vision yesterday of a few Indians just forgetting that they're under quarantine. And the police ripped them off their motorbikes and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
As to say, you will not do this again.
I've seen some of the funny videos on YouTube because here, I think Seeds told you yesterday,
That's funny, mate.
hairdressers are allowed to stay open, but no more than 30-minute haircuts. And we're thinking, how can they apply the distant rule doing someone's hair?
Can't do it.
Well, or some of the videos on YouTube, it's like the Chinese and that showing like...
Long scissors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And brooms with a razor attached to it, shaving people. Quite funny, actually.
Dear, oh dear, Jojo. Yes, I think... Well, I do know this is a fact. In Australia, they're rounding up the homeless and itinerants. And some aren't liking it, but they're going into hotels and they're not allowed to leave. And I'm pretty sure that will follow pat in the US. The homeless will be picked up, whatever they do, because all the hotels are empty here. So the government's seconding them, saying, okay, you've got 1,000 beds. All the people that fly back from overseas have to stay in that hotel and cannot leave the hotel for 14 days. Yeah, that's a good idea. I know that was suggested here, but it's logistically a nightmare because you'd have to be the same company. You'd have to coordinate. There might be a time frame in waiting. Give you an idea, from where I am to my border is over 2,000 kilometres. And on the other side, it's about another 1,500 kilometres just for South Australia. Then you can add another 2,000 kilometres if you wanted to get to Sydney. So logistically, it would obviously only companies that have the same vehicles could do it. So it's a logistic nightmare here. they thought about that. The transport industry brought that up. They're doing it like in regional towns. Our regional towns that don't have any at all. No one is infected. They're just shutting those towns down. You can't get in or out. Aboriginal communities exactly the same.
Yeah, but what happened in Queensland? Well, what's Queensland up in arms about? All the nomads, grey nomads, have been fleeing up there, even when it was said not to go, leave your house, and they were invading Queensland in their caravans.
I don't think that is going anywhere, I think. You know, the world's not crumbling, but it's certainly under enormous pressure. That particular person in the van probably thinking, can I turn this disaster to my advantage? I imagine that's what he'll try and do.
Actually, haven't watched him lately.
They can't get here. Our borders are physically closed. No one in the caravan says, oh, we just want to go for a bit of a tour, we'll be good. No, go back, you're not coming in.
Yeah, that's what's happening here, VMAC, because like I said, what they call the grey nomads, the oldies in their vans. Well, we'll just get in the van and we'll go. Yet Queensland's got more. Oh, that's people from New South Wales going to Queensland.
I don't use a lot of petrol or gas, and it's like about $1 here. So that means it's about 60 US cents here in comparison, Jojo. There is no demand for it. Of course, Russia and the Saudis fighting at the exact moment the world doesn't need any stuff, means the price will fall even further.
Yeah, we're allowing ours to come home if they can.
Yeah, but they're not getting any choice. They're literally being bussed to quarantine. I know there's about 300 Aussies at the moment being picked up in South America. And they're going straight to a particular hotel. They don't get to see anyone.
Yep.
They get 14 days. They will get fed and their accommodation. They will not come out of their own rooms. Oh, I might just go and say hello to the neighbours. No.
And they had to pay $5,000 each to do that.
What, to fly back?
Yep, because
I didn't know that.
Because they mucked around too much. All these people for the last 2 weeks knew.
Oh, more than that.
And they had special flights organised, and a lot of them said, oh no, we'll be right attitude. And of course it wasn't. That was
so we have absolutely no way of anyone flying into Australia, unless you're Australian. There is no domestic flights happening. Our borders are closed. Most people are staying home and only going out rarely. I think that's a fairly good policy. 63 a litre. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the point is, while the price of gas is down so low, you have nowhere to go to use it.
Exactly. What's ours?
It could be 10 cents a litre, Shemo. But if you're not going anywhere, you can't put it in your pockets.
How much did ours go down?
It's about $1 a litre, which US is about 60 cents. They are using some of the bigger Airbnbs here, Jojo, for quarantine. Like if you've got like 10 bedrooms, the government's paying for it. And people who, it's mainly it's the Australians coming back. Look, we've got 13 deaths and 11 occurred from people who flew back to this country. And we've had 2 community transfer deaths. So it's not as if we're doing something right. I just believe we're just all taking it serious until it no longer becomes serious. Yeah, probably not a good idea, Shamo. Just a little tip. Oh, look, I mean, when it comes to things like that, though, there'll be a lag. There won't be a massive increase. because demand will slowly pick up. So you'll get 6 months grace where you will have a fairly cheap run of gas. Every time these sort of things happen, this is different, but deflation kicks in. Everything becomes cheaper because no one's selling anything. But it's a cycle. Money is not the issue. No one's going hungry. No one's being arrested. Well, maybe not here, but it will happen shortly. I mean, one of the things, if you think about it, people will be very wary of doing for quite a long time is booking a cruise ship. Yeah, I think we'll go on a 30-day cruise. You'll be like, no. And even if the world tonight was cleared of this damn thing, if I said to Shamo and VMAC and Jojo, I'm paying your flights, we're all going to Wuhan in China. Pack your bags. Be like, I'm busy that weekend. VMAC be like, no, it's not happening. In other words, what I'm saying, confidence will be very low for travelling. The travel industry is going to be decimated. Your own country, people will travel, I think. Yeah, that's a terrible thing to happen, isn't it, Jojo? But I can tell, I know you smoke. I know. I hear it in the piano keys. The nicotine reflects of the lower and higher keys. It's just a skill of mine. I'm a piano player profiler. Yes. You smoke long, tall whites. Mm-hmm. You're a skinny cigarette man, Jojo. I got you pegged. You feeling lucky, punk? Huh? Well, I am.
At least our shelves were a bit more stocked today. Not a lot. Well, actually, compared to what they've been, yeah, a lot.
Picked up our tiles for our kitchen. They're all ready to go. They'll be done tomorrow, November 2018. You've done well, Jojo. I did give up once for 11 years. Now I started again.
I can hear something in that tree.
It's probably a drop there. Magpies are getting used to coming out the back now, aren't they?
Oh, they're very quick.
Strangely enough, when I did give up, I didn't find it hard. I mean, I gave up when cigarettes here in Australia reached $2 a packet. I thought, I'm not paying that. And now they're $30 a packet. But we'll probably give up in the future, I imagine. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'll just sit out and make my chair and play the banjo. Ding, 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 ding.
Deliverance.
Ding, 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 ding,
Dueling banjos.
ding, 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 ding,
Can you
ding,
play
ding,
the
ding.
banjo, Jojo?
Not while playing the piano,
No.
unless he can use his toes, which I've seen.
Can you play other instruments, Jojo?
Piano players are usually quite adept at playing the guitar. and the harmonica. Strange enough, people who play the piano generally know the keys by sound on a harmonica. Very gifted. I think we're only going to work for a few months. Cities of Sun. Yeah, I think, Shamo, the uptake will be slow. It will come back, but it won't be in full force. All the industries that balance off each other may recommence at different stages, so it won't be a smooth reopening, is what I'm saying. There we go. Drums, guitar, accordion, flute. Mac plays the piano. She generally is one of those radical piano players. She goes to the tallest building and physically lifts it into the air and throws it 300 stories down. The sound of music that hits the pavement is brief, but substantial.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't even play the spoons. I just felt left out because I didn't play an instrument.
I, without doubt, can rock up to anyone's piano and play chopsticks. Yes. I know, it's a gift. And about 3 minutes learning. The Spoon and Fork Band. Yeah, nearly as big as Miller's Band, it would be. But the weather has changed. We had 100 and a bit yesterday. And today was only about 90, and tomorrow's about below 80. Yes, jumper weather. This season will be none.
Huh?
I don't know. I must have said something and he's replying to it, and I've lost context. I am lost. I'm pushing the brewery aside as I walk through the fields of King Chemo's land, and I am clueless. Not even a fig leaf to be seen. Because Chemo has all the fig leaves, because then he has basically the monetary value. Like, you know, he actually trades in fig leaves.
Right.
And people come up with maple leaves, and he says, no, it's not worth anything.
Damn, I forgot to call him Fig.
Take care, Jojo.
See you, Jojo.
Remember, if you want to stick your head out and feel the breeze as you're driving along, just make sure that you're not drinking a coffee at the same time, Jojo. The fig leaf will never leave you. So you're all home. What did you cook? Tonight I cooked pork chops. Crunchy, yummy. Bread-crusted pork chops with mashed potato and peas. Very simple meal, actually. But we were tired, but it filled us up. So now we've got supplies of tobacco, chocolate, and coffee.
Didn't get coffee. We got bread.
Yeah, but we've got coffee.
Yeah.
So we're like a force de jour. We are invincible.
Oh, I thought you meant we went to the shop.
Park roast and potatoes last night. Yeah.
At the
Pork's
shop,
good.
did you notice if there was eggs?
Well, I didn't need any, so I didn't look. We didn't stay that long in the shop.
No, we just got what
Chocolated up.
and
Milk.
What we had to.
Juice. Might be a while till we go out again, I think. Mind you, we have plenty to do, so it's not like we're idle hands. With pork tenderloin, yeah, it's nice, but it's very lean. I like Scotch fillet of pork, which has all those little runs of fat in it. And then I'll beat it out between two bits, and then I'll egg and breadcrumb, and it's just yum. Nothing wrong with pork tenderloin, like I say, but it's a very tight, lean meat. So it's nice. It doesn't beat Scotch fillet of pork. Try it, Llama. Jamo, try it. It's yum. I think I've only ever did one video of pork. Scotch fillet. Schnitzel, basically, is what it is. It's like most cuts off most animals, if it's like the fillet of any animal. It's very tender, there's no question about that. But flavour, you know, if you just have an old shank leg of some animal and slowly cook it along with vegetables, it just falls off the bone. There's a lot more taste, as in things like shin beef, for example. I remember I had someone around years ago and I'd cooked up some shin beef, but I'd left it whole, so it was like a little scallop of, 4 or 5 inch scallop of shin beef, and I just put a little bit of gravy on top and had some nice veggies with it. They said, "Oh, this fillet steak is amazing." I said, "It is amazing, because it's shin beef. Who gave you the fillet steak?" But heaps of flavour, and I love flavour. It's coming up to flavour season, cold weather like tomorrow, 23 degrees Celsius. Very cold. Is that the moon trying to sneak up? Looks like it.
Where?
Little light in the sky there.
Are we supposed to get rain?
Supposed to drizzle a bit later, I think.
Yeah, we like beef schnitzel.
Yeah, we like beef. We can make lamb schnitzel. Pork schnitzel's our favourite schnitzel. Chicken schnitzel. So we only had one schnitzel whilst we were in Germany, didn't we?
No,
Had a few, did we? Yeah. Like most places, the best place to get a schnitzel anywhere in the world is in a pub. They just do it right, don't they?
Yeah.
So I hope our good friends in the US start taking note of this is not a game. Start taking it seriously and shut down borders and just turn everything off for a while. India is the best example I could give the US. 1.3 billion people are at home.
But man, beating them if they're out. If they've got no good reason to be out, they get beaten.
Indonesia's not doing anything there. They're just walking and still packing the trains and filling up shopping centres. They're oblivious. We saw a vision a couple of days ago of just normal Indonesians in the street collapsing.
Oh yeah, was that Indonesia, was it?
That was Jakarta. It will all come good eventually, in time. Well, Mel's been a while. Be right back.
Yeah, she did
Hey?
that last time, didn't come back.
Yeah. I think it's because they didn't. Mind you, they got mixed messages, Shamo, from the people that are supposed to be running the country. It's nothing. It's just a flu. It'll go away. Everyone back to work by Easter Sunday. Yeah. Well, I think Canadians are like Australians. They can see it needs to be taken seriously. We're not even seeing family at the moment. There's an old saying which rings true in lots of things in life. Short-term pain for long-term gain. It's very true on many levels of our lives. But some of the me people just think it's, it'll be all right. It needs old people anyway. Oh, that's right, the old people that protected this land, fought for this land, built it up to the point where young people who say me are comfortable. But the young people that me, just saying, we don't know you old people. Yeah. Unless it's their mother or their grandmother. Then there's a bit of an attitude change. And the thing is, most people don't realise we don't have this time to slowly adjust. Oh, I'll go into isolation in a couple of weeks. It'll be right, I'll be okay. No, now's the time. So about 3 weeks ago, shut down the planet for 1 month. At the same time, there's an Australian who was caught in Wuhan and was not allowed to leave. And he's just finally reporting. He's been allowed out today, 1 hour to go shopping. He said that the Chinese delivered food to every apartment. No one went hungry. And he said they're very strict. Everywhere you go, they want to know why you're going there. What are you doing? Well, he's not going to walk away, Shamo. It seems more and more like a dictatorship instead of a presidency. I mean, who in their right mind says we can all go back to church Easter Sunday? It'd be fantastic. It'll be a beautiful thing. Dickhead. What a stupid thing to say. And all he's done is minimise it. It's like he's working on the herd immunity theory. Let everyone get it. Those that don't fall can keep working. Yeah, it's a good idea. As long as you're happy to lose 5 or 6 million people. Life has lots of ironies that throw up, and you see them in hindsight. And I don't want it to happen, but I wonder what would happen if Donald Trump got ill. That'd be a bit sad.
A lot of people have said that. Hasn't he,
Elvis loves Canada. Righto. Morning, Sean. How you going, mate?
hasn't, what's his name got it?
Who?
The British Prime Minister?
No, he hasn't got it. No, a couple of members of Parliament have had it.
Well, who's the one that, like, looks like he combs his hair with a balloon?
I have no
The
idea.
UK Prime Minister.
No, Boris hasn't got it.
He's got blonde hair?
Yeah, but he's not got it.
Oh.
Yes, the Queen has released a statement. Charles has the thingy, and I am not amused.
Hey, Sean.
Boris has it. He made a statement. So Boris has it, does
Yeah,
he?
that's what I was, thank you,
Oh, I
B-Mac.
didn't know that.
Yeah. B-Mac knew who I was talking about when I said the guy who combs his hair with a balloon.
B-Mac, I've been painting all day. Yes, Charles says it's nothing really. Camellia rubs my balls with a bag of Vicks and I'm going well. Yes. Mother seems fine. But I'm Prince Charles. I'm the next king. I can't afford to die. I'm 71 years of age. I've been waiting to be king for 50 fucking years.
Long time no see, Sean. How you going?
Poor old Charlie.
Yeah.
Yes. The invisible plague.
And your family's all good?
I don't think you did say to me about 3 or 4 months ago you were going back. I'm not sure whether it was. I got a fairly good maybe August to September. I gather that things have changed.
Oh yeah, Sean was going to go to England, weren't you, Sean?
I think he was taking his family. It was about 3 or 4 months ago. Yes. Can you imagine, Sean, if you had, say, 4 teenage daughters and you were locked in at home? I think the attic would be a place that I would head for. Kids are doing quite good with this, actually, generally. Kids aren't allowed out. If they're at home, they stay home. There's no going to the shops.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get out of California. I mean, this is only because I know some people in the state, Oregon, but it's its beauty that I like. Obviously, it's bloody cold, but I'm trying to think of a place on the west coast of most countries. It's generally more pleasant than the east coasts. That's just the rotation of the planet and tides that make that happen. But I think I found the place I like to live. Australia.
So, what's the south then? What areas is south? Give me some names.
Well, Texas, Louisiana,
Okay.
Florida, Carolinas. Everything is yellow. Yeah. I'll tell you what I have noticed, Sean, and you've heard me for the last 6 months. I'm 60 and it's been the hottest summer I've ever seen. And it was extraordinary heat for long periods, and of course it culminated with most of my country burning. But I looked at some of the figures coming out of the US right now, And those temperatures in the south, usually the southeastern belt, look extraordinary, like we did when we started our summer. Our summer started in August. Generally doesn't start until late November, December. So I just hope that the US, on top of all this, doesn't have a scorcher of a summer like we did. I can just imagine Canadians saying, geez, the summers are so hot now, they go for 5 weeks now. It's unbearable.
Yes.
Actually, the Irish are just like Aussies, very similar actually. Yeah, in Canada, the surfing season goes from Monday till Thursday, and the season's finished. It's a funny thing about ocean temperatures. They do vary, of course, but not to the extremes that land temperatures vary. Summer and winter, yeah, we don't really get a spring. It doesn't really happen. Hello, Buttercup. Sun is shining. Actually, you're getting some reasonable temperatures there too. I think you're peaking at about 12 or 14, aren't you? Well, we're in our autumn. We have been for a little while here, Sean, and it's been 100 for a few days. Today was only 90, and tomorrow's going to be freezing about 79. We will be wearing jumpers at 23 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's Arctic weather for us.
So we got a nice, beautiful, sunny day, Buttercup. Butty.
Yes, I think it's actually a bit rough in the north, in Scotland. But I think Wales is bathing in absolutely glorious buttercup type weather because the buttercups will be out everywhere.
Butty, we did a ninja today. Went to the shop, in and out so quick. Got the chocolate. Job done.
Got the tiles for the kitchen.
Anything in the 20s is beach weather. Not for us, it's not VMAC.
I can just imagine VMAC coming out in the middle of winter. She said, take me to the beach. And there'll be all these Aussies fishing with jumpers, jackets, Ugg boots,
beanies,
yeah, track pants, and there'd be VMAC splashing in the water saying, you should all come in. It is so wonderful. No, it's too cold. I don't do too badly in the cold, but the wife suffers terribly.
Oh my God.
Anything below about 10 degrees is like the end of the world.
3 pairs of socks. I mean, I'm not keen on humidity, but otherwise I'm okay with summer. You do winter better than summer.
I'm good just with shorts in winter.
No.
But I will throw a jumper on.
Yeah, it does, Butty.
I hope more people are doing that, Buttercup. I really do.
I can't wait to. I'm already looking at big pots to put my fruit trees in and what sort of pot, planter boxes for veggies. Well, seeds will be doing that, not me. I only grow bonsai veggies, so.
Yes, we'll have a roll call. We're doing okay. We're tired, but we're doing good. Probably too cold for the missus, I get, Sean, but too cold for me, 68. Don't even know what that is in Celsius. What's that, about 22 or something, I'm guessing? I don't know how much of a winter garden I have, but I'll certainly have a summer garden this year.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Because we're guaranteed of a summer.
bird baths, seeds found online. Oh, you can explain it better than me.
No, they're just round solar-powered fountains.
Waterproof sort of things.
Simple things. And we know our birds, particularly the parrots and the maggies and all the finches, they love to swim in and out of them and plus get wet by the sprinkling. Okay, and it's still under 3 feet of snow. Yeah, well, no digging there. Oh, God, I love gardening. I like watching my little children growing in the garden. Things popping up. Oh, weed kill. And talk to them. You going all right? All right? You doing okay?
Well, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Weeds in a planter box, surely.
No.
You're going to get raised ones, like on legs or something? Like, straight on the ground, but are you gonna like M's?
It's too much for a box. What you're talking about, a full raised box garden.
Okay.
It's too hot.
But ones like M's, it'd look good.
Yeah, that's the problem with wild garlic. Pretty. Nice white flowers on wild garlic. It smells good. But it takes over. So warmer weather's hitting Canada next week. Only next week. Be a Canadian national holiday for a week. Sean will be right back. Just making a coffee and closing the house up, keeping the other people away. Stay away.
No. Don't know where Mel's got to.
Probably cooking, is it? Or was it too late for that?
Well, it's 9:30.
Oh no, it's too late for that now. Yeah, so the hairdressers have closed themselves.
Yeah.
The government wanted them to keep home. Why would you need your hair done during these times? Can you go without a perm or a curl for a month? Is that possible?
There's been no explanation to why those rules were made with hairdressers. There's been
It's crazy.
Absolutely no
Absolutely stupid.
explanation, no reasoning behind it.
And imagine the sex industry's ground to a halt. Unless they got full body condoms.
I sent that to Buddy.
I moved the 22 from the gun cabinet to the storage room to protect the coffee and the chocolate. A good idea. Countries tackling, this is a joke by the way, the wife's just shown it to me. Countries tackling COVID-19. India, lockdown. Italy, lockdown. Spain, lockdown. Germany, lockdown. France, lockdown. Ireland, lockdown. New Zealand, lockdown. Australia keeps haircuts under 30 minutes.
It's just ridiculous.
Coffee time. We just had a late coffee actually. Like I say, the wife will be up at 2 o'clock peeing.
Yes.
3 o'clock peeing. 5 o'clock cursing and peeing. 6 o'clock I'll be out of it. I don't want to know what happens. Quite a few of the restaurants that are closed here are doing okay with takeaways actually.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people, some people are just doing it to help support, but yeah.
Well, it's up to you, VMAC, but I'd just let it go. I'm sure a few follicles out of place for a month or two wouldn't be the end of the world, but that's an individual choice.
Well,
Not
no,
for me to say otherwise.
VMAC has to worry about her purple streaks.
Well, VMAC has hair a good 30 feet away from the hairdresser. Well, be just happens to touch your arm and you scratch your nose.
Oh, she says him. It's a male hairdresser, so she
Oh, I
knows
see. It's
him.
the Naked Canadian Nova Scotia home delivered hairdressing company.
So
Now I get it.
Ooh.
And during the whole process, he sings Inglese songs like, I could be your hero.
He would be her hero if he comes to do her hair.
He wears gloves anyways and a plastic cape for customers, so there'll be no contact. Yeah, of course, VMAC. We believe ya. He'll be singing those songs of all the girls I've combed before. A little bit of VMAC late at night. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm not his type, but you may see. Oh, I see. He's a little bit. Oh, hello. Hello, VMAC. Yes, it's me. Russell's my name. I'll rustle your hair. So I guess he'd be singing Peter Allen songs then instead, VMAC. People should do whatever they think is normal to a certain extent. I agree. There's an old joke about people getting their hair done. I could say to VMAC, and this would be a joke, VMAC, okay? Warning, prelude, it's a joke. Yeah, you don't need to get the guy come round to do your hair. Why don't you just drop it off to him during the week and pick it up on Friday? That's an old joke.
Yes.
Maybe years ago in a nursing home, there was a husband and a wife. And this lady had really nice hair. I was just thought it was amazing. And the old bloke ended up buying a chair, and she got one. And I said to her husband, I said, her hair's absolutely beautiful. He said, it bloody should be at about $1,000. It was a week.
Yeah.
He said, she's as bald as a bloody badger under there. Not a very nice thing to say, but looking like a hag would do nothing for my well-being. I think, VMAC, if you're caught in a force 10 gale, digging your way out of snow, covered in oil, and making it to the side of the road, and I'd pull up and say, whoa, check out that stunner. You're a bit like the Fonz, VMAC. You get up in the morning, you go to put the comb up to the hair, and you think, no, it's okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. That's why I don't really go to the movies, pictures, or whatever you call it these days, picture theatre.
You miss half it anyway, going to the dunny. Going for a pee.
Yes.
Going for a pee.
What
happened? I said, I can't tell you. You've been gone for 20 minutes. I need the script to tell you.
I wait till it comes on TV. The few times I've taken some of the grandkids, it's like, oh my God, how long do I have to sit here for?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've been locked away for a month as surviving. I mean, none of us are under duress, food, things to do, watch old hockey games, etc., etc.
Putting reruns of the old games on, like you rang up the TV station.
I did.
Suggested that.
And they're doing it, which is good.
Yes, VMAC, there's more to just dusting and sweeping too. Anytime you want to come round and help. But pyjamas I could live in all day.
Well, you have been.
Yeah, so just while you're sort of in, if people in quarantine or self with isolation, whatever, what you should do is just sometimes just try your jeans on, just to make sure they still fit if you're living in your pyjamas. Yes, wash and wear. Then I have my favourite jammies that I wear until they're thread born. doing this
Ruth
time of night?
Stout method of growing. I must admit I have not. It sounds like it would be a natural process though.
Yeah.
You have a lady
they
coming
make-
clean for you 3 times a week.
She needs the money. Yeah, that's hard for that.
Well, you could just still give her the money, VMAC.
Well, no, she can't because no contact.
No, but
Right.
she can deposit the money. Not a big deal. I imagine guessing it's 20, 25 bucks an hour,
Ruth
probably 6 or 8 hours a week.
Stratton.
Just, auction off some of your chocolate. You have 10 containers of it, VMAC.
Never the chocolate. No. I don't know Ruth Stout's method.
Yeah, it's good on you, Buttercup. There's lots of people that do these side bits of work and they need the money. No, it's a money thing, obviously.
Dan, what am I doing wrong?
Hmm?
I need to keep up with these 2 women in this room and get a cleaner.
Yes, I mean, most of the people that come to this room have cleaners.
Yeah, like what's
They
going on?
They can't type on the keyboard and clean at the same time.
Well, that's it. I'm joining their club.
Right, okay. I'll just have to hire a full-time French maid. Hello, Mr. Seeds.
Yeah, it's to benefit you.
Well, generally people need money for things. Maybe you could drop off some, or to be dropped off through a company's box of goodies, food, etc. Because that's what she would be earning the money off you to do.
Yeah, little gift. Yeah, oh.
Or you could, get her on the phone and do a live sort of visual to her, and she could teach you how to use the broom and the mop. Sort of, she'll be doing the cleaning in a metaphoric type way, and you'll be doing it physically, but together you'll be working to make a better Canada. There's a suggestion.
Now, I know what
Finger?
VMAC's saying. There's a few people I've known that if they don't do what they're getting paid for, they get offended. Yeah.
I would explain to her,
But-
at the moment, throughout the world, governments are trying to help people.
Yeah.
And because the government's not going to help you, I will.
Like with food, staples, that sort of thing, maybe.
Hmm. Or see the hairdresser friend around, hello, VMAC sent me. I know. I mean, it's one of those things. I'll give you an example. I could do a lot of things, but I can earn more money doing what I'm good at and pay someone else to do what I don't have to do.
They apologise to
If you-
VMAC now.
Oh, it was all tongue in cheek. She knows that.
I know.
She's not offended. We'll be sharing a tent. She'll be eating chocolate, and I'll be eating raw meat. Yes. But there have been times in my life when I had nothing, and I would make do with what I did have. And there's nothing wrong in going through some hard times to appreciate the good times. Well, we're getting a cleaner to come and do the floors, the timber floors and probably the windows. And they'll be here for 3 or 4 hours and it'll only be about $100. And that's not too bad.
Yeah, I just need that one-off help because the dust is starting to stress me out.
Yeah, just
I
to
don't
get
get
on top
stressed.
of it.
I don't get stressed easy, but it's like I've swept the same section. I don't know how many times. And I don't have the right vacuum cleaner for the floorboards. I tried. I stopped. I just thought, no, this is just going to scratch the floor.
We'll get there. Just a matter of time. You sound very fit, VMAC. I mean, being 30, you should be, of course. But it's good to be active, definitely. Because when you get old, like me, you can be as active as your body allows you to be.
Yeah, it would be if you're that active. Well, actually, I do a lot of walking, VMAX, so... but I've just blessed. I've been kept busy with the house stuff, I suppose. Otherwise, yeah, I would be trying my jeans on every day to make sure they fit. I'm just sitting on my ass all day. No, that's not true. I'd find something to do. I don't sit still for long, do I?
No, look, you've got a good 6 to 12 months just decking the house out, let's be honest. You'll do stuff every day, I know what you like. When we get our new beds, I may just sleep in it for a week. I'll do a John Lennon. Yeah, it's one of the... I don't think it'll stop you walking, BMAC. I mean,
No, she said
you're
that.
still allowed to walk here.
People are putting teddy bears in their windows for when families do go for walks. So they call it the Teddy Bears Hunt for the Kids. It's a really cute idea, actually. I could put that peekaboo doll in the window, but I think that would look scary.
Yes. We'll put the witch in the window. That'll scare the hell out of them.
Oh yeah, I've got to find somewhere to set her up.
We might open the gates and let the kids come up.
Yeah, no, yeah, but she's going to be set up somewhere permanently. Because she's as tall as me.
But you will all go a little stir crazy. But that's okay. I want you to all imagine we've just landed on the International Space Station. Kickbox is a good idea. It's very hard to kickbox in space though. But we've just landed, and VMAC, of course, is the commander, and we've got our own set duties to do. I'll be in charge of the experiments for growing vegetables on the International. Buttercup will be, making sure that all the men in uniform are doing what they're supposed to be doing. VMAC will be commander. VMAC, over a period of a few months, will grow very pointy ears. Yes, commander. But we've got a tour to do of about 2 or 3 months.
What?
On the International Space Station. That's where we are.
Oh.
Commander VMAC. We have low chocolate surprise. We have very few chocolate bars left. Abandoned ship, VMAC says. Abandoned ship.
Yep, I'd be right behind VMAC if that's the case. They would butt you, I think. There's no chocolate, we're out.
Well, it's probably true, VMAC. I think a lot of people are short-tempered.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure most people understand that that is the case. But it's not forever.
When this is all over, we won't hear from VMAC for months.
She'll be too busy socialising, engagements, red carpet.
Catching up on all her exercises.
The next step in Australia, Stage 3, we're at stage 2 at the moment. Stage 3 is you do not leave your home. No one is allowed to visit. If you run out of food, the government will bring it.
I think New South Wales and Queensland are going to end up on that pretty quick.
Right. Well, he's probably just giving you therapy, V-Mac.
Oh, that's funny.
One of the funniest videos I saw on YouTube about a decade ago was a woman screaming at her husband. And he says, I'm filming this to show you later. She says, I do not get angry. She went on there for about 3 or 4 minutes throwing things around. It was a classic.
It's nearly bedtime. So they're coming tomorrow to do more?
Not till Monday.
I got over the weekend, eh? They worked hard, those 2 guys today. I suppose actually all 4 of them did. Oh, so we actually get to sleep in. No one's going to be here at 6 in the morning.
No one's here until, I think, young Harley's here to do those flashbacks for us at lunchtime. So, yeah.
At lunchtime tomorrow.
You can sleep until about 9. I'll be up at 5, as usual. Maturity, Buttercup, means you're still prickly. You just disguise it well. You know what I mean? Instead of getting angry with somebody, you'll say things like a double entendre. They think you're being nice, but in fact you're saying you're a dick. You learn the art of linguistics. But even as you get older, on occasions, you lose your temper. And these are the times that it shows. No, I know, that's what I'm saying. And we're human, so talking to daughters or sons, you get frustrated knowing that they're making mistakes, but you learn that they've got to make those mistakes. But if you've highlighted it and don't go on about it, at least they remember that you said, you shouldn't be doing that. And then they come back a couple of years later and say, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. So I've got a door frame to do tomorrow, and I've got to do a few touch-ups on other door frames. But I've got a fairly quiet schedule tomorrow.
You have to go and wipe that down now because you're going to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to paint it.
I've got other stuff to go on with. It's fine.
Like what?
Oh, just there's paint and bits and pieces in the bathroom. I can see where they've dripped a bit of the plaster when they were doing it. It's a little mark on the tiles.
Oh.
So it'd be like a rag and some turps. Bit of soapy water to clean it up. Just little stuff. But then again, I could phone VMAX cleaner. Fly her over here.
Well, that'd be alright.
Yeah.
If the borders weren't closed.
This is true. So what are you people cooking for your main meal today? You've seen mine, pork chops. And Shamo had pork loin.
That was yesterday.
Who?
Chamo had pork loin yesterday.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. He doesn't have pork loin every day. He's a king. You know what he likes. Oh, I hate IKEA furniture. It's the only company in the world that you know, VMAC, that after you finish assembling, there's handfuls of bits and pieces. that defy description. Why have we 6 more bolts, 15 more screws,
Well, they always
and yet
put
it looks
extra.
like it's done properly?
You'd be complaining if there wasn't enough.
I reckon IKEA workers just dip their hand into a big box of mixed stuff and just chuck it in there and say, yeah, that'll fuck them. I've never seen the need to buy furniture that I have to put together. That makes no sense to me. Eggplant parm, oh yum, sounds good. A capellini and some roast veg.
Oh, I'd eat
Sounds
that.
delicious.
I'd eat that.
Do you cut your eggplant first of all and then dry it out a bit? Because moisture in eggplant is a pain in the ass. It really is. So you've got to have fairly dry eggplant before you do any of that. I'm sure you do. You're a very clever one. You're no good at cleaning, but you're an excellent cook.
I don't think you've ever cooked eggplant.
No, I have. I've made eggplant lasagna before. You weren't over keen on it.
No, I don't mind eggplant if it's done the right way. Oh, found my
Yeah,
cake tins
that's what I do.
today.
I actually put my eggplant in like a brine and then put it on a rack and then let it dry and give it a gentle squeeze.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what I didn't know. Well, I'm sure it'll be something in the castle that would be prepared for you, King Shamo. Maybe leg of horse, slowly roast spitted over an open fire.
Should have got a sour cream.
That's true.
We could have done veggies tomorrow. Because I've got the sweet potato and the pumpkin there.
Yeah, okay. We can have a bit of that
Actually,
sour cream.
we did get the bag of potatoes out of the trolley, didn't we?
Yeah, they're in. I put them in.
Oh, thank God for that. I'm sitting thinking, did I grab the potatoes? Can't remember.
I like it roasted or eggplant parm. Actually, it does do in the method of brine and salting it. You can virtually just cover it in a light coating of flour and gently fry eggplant. That's nice. But like I say, a lot of people do it once and they just cut an eggplant open and start frying and wonder why it's just spitting everywhere. Have to take the donations to the church. Catch up with you later. Take care.
Buddy.
That means there's a man in uniform that's knocking on the front door. Oh, we understand. In your hour of need. Is that you, Buttercup? I'm here. Turn the damn internet off now. Oh, I love it when you talk to me like that. Have a great day, Buttercup. Be good. Be careful. And we might toodle off as well.
Yes.
It's time to toodle. And avoid the germy people.
Yes, avoid them.
You know what would be really lovely, VMAC, is that if you did get this virus, your skin turned purple.
What?
I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be fantastic if anyone that got this virus
Oh, so they
turned
stand
purple?
out.
So it'd be
I
like,
thought-
oh, purple person. Oh, another one.
I'd pick a different colour.
Well, purple stands out.
Yeah, but purple's my favourite
All
colour.
right, bright green.
Yeah, make them green.
Yes. We're getting some bedroom furniture shortly. And it will be assembled for us. We picked out a lounge today, actually. Very nice. You won't get to see it for 12 weeks, though. It's a hand maker.
Oh well.
I think you've got to wait for the cow to die
You've got
to get the leather.
the other one to sit on, and I'll just have to pull this in. It says no, I don't like it, but I'll sit on it in there.
Yeah, I
'Cause then
suppose
I'll
we can
put-
do that.
Put this into the front room.
Put what?
Yes,
Where?
in the front room.
What for?
because I want a different chair for myself out here.
Well, we'll still leave these two out here for other people.
Nah, don't worry about other people.
I would like to have some say in the matter, because why have one of these chairs and then one of these chairs elsewhere? It makes no sense.
No.
I'm getting you bar stools, comfortable bar stools, in a bar. You never have to sit in a normal chair again. I find them very comfortable. Anyway, we're going to toodle. Toodling means going to bed.
Good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Yeah. Enjoy your day. I know you're all getting a little stir crazy, which is okay. Find something to do. Buttercups in the garden. That's a good idea. Why would you, like Shamo says, if he had an ice pick, he'd be gardening now. Can't do that when there's permafrost still there. But do whatever you have to do to make the day go by pleasantly, whatever that is. Like I say, in 9 months' time, there's going to be another billion babies on the planet. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.